Uh-oh. Oh no. Hey everybody. How is everybody tonight? I want to thank all you folks for coming out to our first comedy open mic night here at the Inn at the Falls, or whatever future name this property will have.
Hey, we're Holiday Inn right now.
It's the Holiday Inn. Is it still officially the Holiday Inn?
Yes.
Can you, if someone calls...
Hey, the window!
Okay, it does. That's how I'm going.
It's not a democratic thing. We're not putting this to a fucking vote.
What?
If somebody calls the front desk and the phone rings, what does the person say?
What do you want? Hello?
I like how not one employee answered that question. Just a bunch of schmoes.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to get a jump on hating you people. You start right now. I'm going to miss her when we throw her out. I want to say a few thank yous first. I want to thank Landon and Amanda and folks here at the hotel. So I want to thank our other event sponsors, Deli Planet. You know, our first, like, hey, I'll pay money to be associated with this mess sponsor. I don't know whether she want to do it again. I don't know whether I want to do this again. You. But we appreciate Deli Planet. Eric and Rebecca over there, thank you so much for coming out. Also, these lights, they're courtesy of Mayfield Events, a great sound and lights outfit, an event planning outfit here in Wichita Falls. I want to thank them. Comics. We have 4 comics, including myself, unless we can turn this into a positive thing over here. And get Sparkles up on stage. All right, well, what? Huh? So here's the deal. I decided to do this. It's been on my mind to do this since I moved here from Austin a long, long time ago. I used to do stand-up there, and I wasn't terribly very good at it, but I enjoyed it. And I have always wanted to get an open mic, get a comedy, some sort of comedy thing going here in Wichita Falls. And the last time, well, when I was doing stand-up in Austin, I sucked. All right? I was the guy who, when you were this person, you didn't even stick around to bother me. As soon as I started speaking, I was the guy that you went and peed during my set. Or you went to the bar, and because I would just get so insanely nervous, like vomiting nervous. Ross, are you with me, brother?
Right there.
Right there with you. I would just be sick for days leading up to open mic. It wasn't like there was prize money or anything. But I just had this horrible, it wasn't really stage fright, because I wasn't afraid to get on stage. I was just afraid of sucking, and then I would do exactly that. But I noticed it was weird. I mean, I was a little older. I had young kids, and I didn't really hang out with the comics. A bunch of young guys and girls, and so and I didn't perform like all the time, like once every couple of months. But I noticed. I would notice that I would start doing my thing, and all the customers would leave, but all the comics, who are really a bunch of assholes normally, they would come out and stop talking. That was well played. They'd come out, and they'd actually be peeking around and listening to my set. And so one night after I saw this happen several times, I stopped one of the guys. I didn't know any of their names. I was like, "Hey, what's the deal?" I said, "I understand why everyone leaves, because I'm terrible. But why do you guys come out? Because you should have higher standards." And they're like, this guy said, "Well, you do a different set every single show." And I'm a writer first. I really enjoyed writing material. I was just terrible at performing it. He said, how do you write a different show every time you come do this. And I'm like, oh, I don't know, how do you not vomit on yourself when you do this? So we had a little exchange of information, but it turns out that we each we couldn't believe the other person's problem. They were like, I was like, you know, they were like, I was like, how do you not write new jokes all the time? I write them all the time. I can write a 10-minute set in 5 minutes. And I would say, tell me how not to be nervous. And they were like, well, just don't be nervous. Like that was their solution. Just don't be nervous. I really would get so angry with myself, and I never really had a sense that I was getting close to what I wanted to do. And then literally the last time I've ever done stand-up before tonight, I was in Austin, and I was doing this bit, and the whole time I felt like I was sucking, and the crowd was kind of like, you know, not really, they didn't all get up and leave, but a few did. And I got done, and I was just so agitated with myself. I just walked off, like I left my beer, I just walked out the door like right here, just left. And I never leave a beer behind, so you gotta know, I was agitated. And I was like, fucking hell, so I just walked out, and I'm across the parking lot, almost all the way to my car, and I hear this voice calling out from behind me, hey man! And I was like, oh no. Because a lot of my jokes, not funny though they may be, were at the expense of rednecks. And here I hear this, hey man! I'm like, awesome! I get to fight my way out of the parking lot. It's cool. So I turn around and look at this guy, and he's kind of got the plaid shirt, you know, and guinea cap, and he said, hey man, come here. And he didn't seem too threatening, you know, he wasn't like running at me. So I walked back to the door, and I said, yeah, what can I do for you? And he goes, hey man, don't quit. He goes, keep doing it. And I'm like, oh, wow, so that's really nice of you. I really appreciate that. My name's Lee Weaver. I appreciate you saying that. And he said his name back to me, and I'm like, okay, pleasure to meet you. And he kind of got this look, and he goes, I'm Larry the Cable Guy. Whoa. And I was like, and back then he wasn't a movie star yet. No one knew what he looked like, but he was really big in comedy on the radio, and he was headlining that week at this club. And he had run down the parking lot, because obviously he just read me like a sheet of paper. He could read everything about my situation. And he was kind enough to tell a guy who clearly wasn't there yet. And it wasn't like he was making some prediction that I was going to be a star. But he at least was kind enough to share some of his experience and encouragement and say, man, just keep doing it. And I think there's a lot of truth to that about everything we try to do. So that's why I wanted to get this thing started. As rough as this may be tonight, you know, we're all going to get up here, and everyone's going to be nice and supportive, and let these first-timers who are really, really about to have violent gastronomic episodes, we're going to encourage them just to keep doing it. So Tom, hit some music. We're going to take a little break. Thanks so much.